Hi, and welcome to Alaska and Thailand. I'm here in the beach again this morning, Hua Hin, about 6:30 a.m. Nice cloudy overcast. Looked like it rained a little bit last night when I was sleeping. Like I say, I really like rainy season. It's not that rainy, but nice and cool. It's much better than the heat. Well, today I thought I'd tell you all how it's going. I've been here 9 months now here in Hua Hin, Thailand. Thinking back to myself and wondering if I should stay here or do I like it or should I keep looking? You know, I've thought about it. And actually, I haven't really thought about it to tell you the truth. Excuse me. I haven't thought about it because I'm kind of pretty happy here, you know. I really don't know where I could go to find better. Of course, I'd have to visit there first and then realize, oh wow, this place is great. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty well self-sustained right here where I am, and I'm really just trying to make it, you know. I'm not trying to live the extravagant lifestyle of a king or retired king or anything like that. I'm just trying to make it in a most cheapest possible, bestest life you can have is in your later years, you know, without breaking the bank, which I don't have a big bank, so I got to kind of live within my means. And for this place, I really think it's checking the boxes for me anyway. I don't know, maybe some of you guys wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like the language thing. You wouldn't like the loneliness you can have. It's a challenge. It ain't going to come easy, you know. But if you stuck it out, you know, I think, you know, a lot of guys throw in the towel a little early. They get discouraged. That first 3 months is kind of rough. You really are feeling sorry for yourself and lonely and every little thing, you know. If immigration, they make you run home and get a piece of paper for something else, you know, it kind of pisses you off or something. But you keep your head in the game and stick to the prize of just happiness after your, you know, retirement years and being able to afford a nice place to live, you know. I couldn't afford a beach life living in Florida or anywhere in the U.S. There's no way I could afford it, not even close. I'd be 10 miles from the beach and I'd be having a tough time. So this works for me. As far as the financial aspect of it, there's, you know, not much money involved to so where I can survive okay, and that's kind of what I need. It really is a necessity for me. I need the low prices and being able the affordability of this country in this particular town. You know, there's expensive areas and there's expensive hotels and stuff here too. It ain't all cheap, but you can find cheap, you know, and that makes a big difference. So in that aspect, I'm pretty well covered, and I think I'm okay. If I don't overspend to do something stupid, you know, or, you know, there's stupid things that could happen that could set you back. I'll try to keep my head above water if I can. So that works for me so far, the financial aspect. Excuse me, I got a frog this morning in my throat. But then you know, what else do I have to worry about? How's the medical going to be when I need it? And actually, I've already needed it and I've used it. You know, I've gotten surgery here and for a hernia operation. Those of you have been following and know that. And it was so reasonably priced, $800 for a 2-night stay in the hospital, plus the surgery and meds and painkiller, everything included. It was pretty cheap, you know. So that was great, I thought. So now I realize I'm covered if I can just end up at the same hospital, if I don't end up at one of the expensive hospitals. And that's something that could happen, you know. I went to the cheap government hospital. If they drop me off at the expensive one, it'll cost a lot of money for that too. So anyway, the healthcare in that aspect is good too. So I know I'm okay in that regard. I've also got my teeth worked on here. I went in and I had these top two and the bottom two were just snaggly broken and chipped away, and the bottom two were going to be gone within a few months. They were just almost half gone, just from wear. It wasn't rotted, it was just worn away from years of chewing tobacco and things I shouldn't have been doing. And I got them all repaired. Did a great job. 150 bucks for 4 teeth to get fixed, and he made them better than new. They just look as good as they did when I was 15-year-old boy. The ones he did anyway. The rest still a little snaggly. So yeah, my dental was only 150 bucks. And then it brings me to my living. Where am I living and how much is that costing? I'm paying about $340 a month for my room. It's a studio apartment, but it's nice for what I need it for. I don't, I'm a single guy. I don't need a bunch of room, but I got plenty of room for me. It's decent. It's not hot. I got air con. It click it on, it cools that room off within minutes. I then just shut it off for another 4 hours and never use it again. It's really economical to live in there. My water bill is only $4.50 a month. My electricity, even with using the air con off and on throughout the day, is still under $15. So that's pretty good. And that, like I said, that all works out into my bill, my budget, to where I can afford to live here in a beautiful beach town, And it's, as far as the crime and stuff, I don't want to worry about going out and having to leave my stuff behind in my room and come home and it's broke into, or somebody's watching me all the time and can't leave my bag sit there, somebody will steal it or something, Here there's literally very little crime, and I haven't seen any evidence of any crime at all. Nothing, really, nothing. I haven't seen any. I heard some guy get ripped off by a girl that he brought to his room, but that's really self-explanatory. So anyway, the low crime rate, that's one that really intrigued me, and so far I'm really digging that part of it, along with the affordability. And I'm living on the beach, so I got a beach and an ocean right here with the cool breezes coming by. So if you're going to retire in Asia, you might want to think about having that cool breeze from the ocean coming around. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting in the middle of two big condominiums in a hot, sweating city, man, and I wouldn't want to be in that position at all. So yeah, I'd pick where you're going to live and have a little breeze to blow through wherever you are. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of a bunch of condos, like I said. It'd be hot. Of course, you can ride to the beach if you want, but better to live where it's near the beach anyway, so you do get the trade winds that come off the ocean, and that really helps too. So that's one of the things. So yeah, all in all, with the if you combine it all, the cheap living and the affordability, healthcare, living on a beautiful beach, the food is fantastic. I know there's no absolute way I can go find any other better food anywhere else, really. There's no way. Absolutely. Hands down, Thailand has the rest of the world, not just America, but the rest of the world, second fiddle to their food menu. Man, they got everything you can think of and 10 different ways to prepare it. It really is, the food here is a national treasure, I would say. For Thailand, the food is a national treasure. You can't go anywhere without tripping over cheap food. One warning though, for you that are coming, it's all spicy and hot. They don't, they put spice in everything, just about everything. You might find fried chicken or something without it in, but everything else has spice in it. I've grown to like it now. I can eat, it's scorching my eyebrows off, but it tastes so good, you just don't want to stop. It's just, the food here is exceptional in Thailand. Coming from the Philippines, it was really lacking over there, man. I was hungry because I had to cook my own, I had to buy something at the store and cook it at home, or go down on the street vendors. I'd buy vegetables down on the street vendors right on the road down where I lived and eat boiled vegetables and stuff. The fish there was never on ice or anything, so I never bought any of it. But in the meat, there wasn't meat. There was just fish and vegetables. That's number one thing, and you have to go to the market to get meat usually. Pork, and that'll only be pork too, by the way. So yeah, all in all, after 9 months of living here, I've seen the ups and downs, and there really haven't been many downs. I'm trying to think of things, I can think of right off the bat all kinds of reasons why I love this place. But if you cornered me and said, what do you hate about this place? I have to think about it. I really do. And I can just say right off the bat, I hate that they don't speak English. That's the only thing I can really come up with. I really, really have a tough time. There's small things that don't bother me, might bother someone else. But yeah, there's really nothing here to discourage me so far. And after 9 months, I've almost been a year, I've seen the low season and the high season now, and I like the low season better, by the way, but high season will be exciting too when all the people come back, because it really did turn into a ghost town around here. I like it because I'm a hermit and I don't like a lot of people, but it'll be nice to see the crowds come back and all the different people. But everything gets busy and the lines and stuff. But yeah, all in all, I think I made a great choice. And until I actually find a better place, I'm going to stay here. I don't think there's no reason to go anywhere else. I really don't. I can't. I don't want for anything else, really. Beautiful women around here. If I could afford that, I'd find me the most beautiful girlfriend in the world around here. I swear. They're just eights, nines walking around all over the place. But even on this here beach, you come out here in the morning with a bouquet of flowers and go up and talk to some of the girls. I bet you'd walk home with one. Beauty too, man. But anyway, I'm just giving you an update on how life here is for me after 9 months in Hua Hin Thailand, and it looks like I'm going to be here 9 more months. I think I ain't got no plans to go anywhere, and nothing jerks me out of this situation. This is where I'm going to be. I'm liking it so far, and I think some of you guys would too. But to each his own. There's people, I see people come and they don't like it and they go home too. So it works both ways. But anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Well, I'll give you a look around before I shut it down. Looks like they got a school right up here, a Catholic school. For those of you that think Thailand is all atheist Buddhist or whatever, the biggest school in this town is a Catholic school. It's one of them's right over here, and it leads about a mile that way. Crosses the road. There's a big church, Catholic church. All the kids wear uniforms every day. They're just like I went to Catholic school when I was a boy. But anyway, yeah, all the kids are out. They brought them out on the beach. How cool is that? Go to school and they bring you right out on the beach here. They're all out. I'll give you a look around before I shut her down. Not much to look at. Look at how desolate the beach is this morning. Everybody walks out by the water now. There's my vlogging buddy over there. She's doing hers. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.